Soate discipuli and soate omnes. I know it's been a while, but I want to get back into this a little bit more because I have quite a bit more free time, as you guys very well know. And I wanted to start by etymologizing just common words in our vernacular that we use on a day to day basis, but do we really understand what these words really mean? If you haven't already, would love your support. Latin and layman's. I'm going to start doing my podcast more, y'all, and I'm going to be doing a lot more mythology. So comment below on mythology that you'd like to hear. I've got stuff coming down the pike. I'm excited to bring that kind of stuff to you, and it's just going to be a good way for me to fill time and do things that I love, that enrich my life. I still love teaching. I still love imbuing my love for language, linguistics, and just learning in general into the masses because at the end of the day, Latin and language and all this stuff really has just helped amplify my understanding of the world. I look around and I see words, and first off, I go and I'm like, all right, oh, support. Oh, well, I can go ahead and etymologize that real quickly, of which I'm going to do in a hot sec. Not now, but now I go ahead and I look at the words in the world around me and see how I can actually pull it apart and think more critically about things that we haven't thought critically about in the past. So, I'm going to talk about words that you use all the time, but do you really understand the words that you use? Support being the first one here. Support coming from the Latin sub, it's a derivation, but we call this assimilation where we didn't like that B running into a P, so that B ended up getting flipped upside down and kind of skip it a bee bit of bopping into sup. Sup, dog, how you doing? Plus port coming from the Latin porto, portare, which means to carry. When we etymologize a word, typically, for the most part, we go from the suffix to the prefix, aka porto plus sup equals to carry from sub underneath, where we're going to get submarine, subterranean, subcutaneous fat, aka adipose tissue. This is also where we get from portare, portable. To carry something that's carryable is portable. It's where you get export, you carry out of, report, you carry back, import, you carry into, transport, you carry across, because trans means across. Next one that we have here is respect, though. Actually, let's talk about it. Support. Have you ever thought about the word support? Because when you think about it, now etymologized to carry from underneath, you're just providing a safety net for that person. When you say you support someone, you're not saying that you're going to take on that load for them. You're not saying that they're incapable and that you're going to have to swoop in and do all the work for them. You're just saying, hey, you know what? I know you can PR on that bench press. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to keep my hands there. I'm not going to touch the bar or anything like that. I know you can do it. I know you can get that 225 bench press. I know you can. I'm just here as a support in case, a safety net, if you will. And that's what supporting is. I don't know what's going on. I'm glad I caught that in that time. That happened really slow motion. But yeah, there you go with support. Think about it and use it at your discretion, but with a little bit more added information. I think it's a beautiful word because you're really just carrying from underneath. You're that safety net. Respect, however, respect in its simplest form, when etymologized, etymos, true sense, ology, words, or the study of. Etymology is just the true sense of words. The true sense of respect, re means back, like report, when you carry back in this case, but this is a different back because it runs into spect, coming from specto spectare, which means to look at or to watch sometimes, but look at is better in this scenario, right? Like a spectator. I am getting ticked off at you doing this little wonkety wonk sitch. Don't make me stop this. I'm on a roll, TikTok. I know you're about to get put out of business here, but stay with me for this video here, okay? Come on, man. You can do this. Spect means to look at. Again, why don't you go ahead and do it in your head real quickly? Because spect is going to be our suffix, re is going to be our prefix. to look back at. And that's what respect is in its simplest, most truest form. It's that I see you, you see me. How many times in our lives have we felt small and unseen? And the more unseen we feel, the more small we feel. I've felt like that a lot in my life. As a kid, maybe you're trying to get your friends. You're like, hey, yo, hey, guys, what's up? Yeah, I have something to say. And nobody's listening to. Everybody's making you feel small. And then there's that one person that sees you because I see you. And I hope you see me because in that way, you're showing respect. In its very, very, very rudest form, in its crudest form. Finally, community. I'm having a community that's really helping me out right now. Parents, coworkers. We all know what's been going on with me right now. And although I have definitely felt kicked to the curb by my administration because they won't contact me and communicate with me, I have the love and support of my parents and the teachers alike that know who I am and know where my heart is and where my heart will always be. And that is with my students, that is with the love of Latin, the love of instruction, and the love for the community that supports me, which is you guys too. You guys support me and you're a part of this community. We are the Latin fam. Welcome to my Latin land. Com is a derivation of cum. We call this again assimilation, right? Cum, I know you can laugh. My students would be laughing right now as well. I would probably be laughing as well, but I'm going to hold it together. Com plus munio, and then that ity just is an English suffix that makes this abstract word a noun. Okay, so it's pertaining to, and in this case, munio in the Latin means to strengthen, and com means to with or together, but in this case, together works better. So in this case, ity pertaining to, strengthening together. And that's what a community is. This is also where you get, oddly enough, communication, which is something that you do with someone that you have a relationship with that helps you strengthen that bond with that person if you communicate effectively, right? Look at that. If you just know the etymology of the word, you actually know the word better than what it really is because sometimes we just use words in this world and we don't know what they mean. So, leaving it there, longer video. I love you guys. Thank you for being the supportive community that respects me because I felt very overwhelmed and disrespected by uh, my administration and how they have thrown me to the curb, held me hostage because I don't have access to my email and all of the stuff because they just took that away from me before they actually terminated me. So I'm here sitting wondering when am I going to be able to get a hold of all my stuff so that I can get all my material? Are you guys trying to take all of my Latin material that I made from my hands? I don't know. If they do, it's not the material, it's the person that teaches it. Tempus est discedere.